So the big question is this: how do voiceover artists like us who are looking to take our careers to the next level, but don't buy into the claims of needing expensive equipment and demos, start bringing in new clients? How do you follow a clear path to changing your voiceover side hustle into your full-time job and stick it to those that said you couldn't? Those are the questions, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Earl Hall, and welcome to In the Booth with Earl Hall, where we know how to grind and don't quit. Welcome into the broadcast today, folks. It's always amazing how I forget to turn on my microphone when I do a live stream. But hey, it's all good. Just put up a couple of posts on my Instagram feed. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure that you do that. It's just at Earl Hall Studio. And make sure that you go ahead and follow me there. I post some stuff there that you're pretty much not going to see anywhere else. Daily tips, all those types of things that you're going to need to start, build, and grow your voiceover business. And if that's what you're looking to do, you definitely want to make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Make sure that when you subscribe, make sure you tick the bell notification so you know when I go live. I go live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. You guys know that. But for all you new folks coming in, thanks so much. And thanks for watching the videos and liking, subscribing, commenting, all that kind of great stuff. This morning, had a bunch of paperwork to do. Was able from yesterday to invoice just around $700 for yesterday. So that's always good. Some folks like to know about the different things that I use. I happen to use QuickBooks Online to do all of my invoicing. It's a great service that they have. You know, I'm just talking about it. Not really. I get nothing for it. So unless QuickBooks, you want to, sponsor, hey, great. But I love using QuickBooks online. If you haven't seen it, it's definitely something to think about, to set up, depending on if you're looking for a way to be able to invoice your client. They can pay via credit card. Obviously, they can mail you a check, but it keeps all of my stuff straight throughout the year for a lot of stuff that I have to do. So it makes it extremely easy. So you might want to check that out. Good morning, Lazarus. Lenny in the house. Happy Wednesday. John, Voices by Storm. John Kress. Denise, welcome in. Rodney and Mage. Hey, no worries about missing the call. From time to time, I like to just give folks a call from time to time to see how they're doing with certain things that are going on. James, glad to have you in the house. Look, tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'm doing the webinar. It's a free webinar right now. There's over 100 folks that have registered for that, which is just blowing my mind. Probably because it's free. Let's just be honest. The whole premise of the webinar, it's the steps to building the business, your voiceover business. What is it that you actually need to do? And also, how at this point, can people start working directly with me to help them in this process? This webinar is really going to be off the hook. I'm going to be sharing a ton of information. I did write a blog about that, about what's going to be covered in the webinar. If you didn't see, it's the latest blog that's at stepstovoiceoversuccess.com. And I think it's in the card. There might be a little info thing. I'm not sure if they do that on the live. We're up in the, up over here somewhere, they'll put a little card, like an eye will be there in a circle. But I put a link to that blog, which you can read through that and also go ahead and register for the webinar through reading that blog as well. And the link is also in the description for the webinar on tomorrow. But, some folks, picking a coach to work with, this is hard. I have 3 different people that I rely on as far as coaching goes. I actually have a coaching call today because I'm looking to do some different things with my own kind of concept of where I want to take Earl Hall Studio. And finding a coach to work with it's a personal thing. I think you guys watch me for different reasons. You guys have different reasons that you even pay attention to what it is that I talk about. But it's a partnership. One of the things that the opportunities that are going to be there through being able to attend the webinar and discover how to work with me we have to discover if we actually are a fit. And that's the thing. It's one of the things that I've discovered over the time of doing this coaching thing. There has to be a win-win on both sides. The win for you, obviously, is getting the information and getting the strategies and the tactics that are personally going to work for you to grow your voiceover business. For me, it's going to be making sure that our chemistries or personalities kind of align so that I'm not wasting your time and you're not wasting my time. So it's got to be a win-win, for this whole thing. There are so many different things that we struggle with as VO artists. Mainly the thing is, once you get up and running and you understand voiceover, you know how to work your DAW, you understand the, how to interpret scripts and all that other type of stuff. Once all of that is done is when we get into the nitty-gritty of business development. What does that actually take in order to build your business? I mean, we know, you guys have heard me talk ad nauseum about social media marketing. You've heard me talk a little bit about cold calling, but I haven't talked a lot. Obviously, email marketing is a big part of what it is that I do. Creating that content on social media, whether you're going to be someone that's on YouTube, someone that's a blogger, someone that has a podcast or things like that. And then the whole sales thing. How do you get people to pay attention to what you have to offer? How do you make that funnel? How do you develop those landing pages? What do you need to say? What do you need to do on these freelance sites? I was so encouraged I talked about it yesterday. One of the folks that's in the Facebook group for Steps to Voiceover Success was talking about what happened after she watched the video or the webinar that I did last week on Saturday about how to make more money on Fiverr and the mindset behind that. And she took it and she applied it and she reaped the reward already. And so some of you saw that post, some of you commented on that post as well. And these things are key. So many times we sit and I think we struggle from day to day. What do I need to do today? You've got this downtime, which it's not really downtime. It's time. That's where the grind comes in. That's where the hustle comes in, is when that downtime occurs, because you can sit and wallow in your misery or get depressed. And that's a real thing. It's a real thing. People talk a lot about the competition that's in this voiceover game, which is real. The competition is real at a certain level. And let me just say this. It's real at every level. You've got hundreds, if not thousands, of people deciding every month or every week to get into voiceover because someone told them they had a nice voice. So they went out, they got a USB mic or whatever they got. They got something, and they downloaded, probably Audacity or something like that because it's free. And they start trying to say, I'm a voice actor. Those same hundreds and thousands of people that get into the industry every week, every month, are the same people in a couple of months that are gone because they couldn't make it work, or they thought it was going to work overnight, or they didn't really understand the business development aspects of being in voiceover. And what's so interesting, and I think one of the great things that comes from being a voice actor is that there are so many different ways that you can actually go after it. You've got people that all they do is work on a freelance site, whether it's Fiverr, Upwork, People Per Hour, all the different freelance sites that are out there to be able to offer your services. Some people, that is all they do, and they make an amazing amount of money. And I think one of the things too is that so many people look at, I'm a voice actor and I want to be, like Ving Rhames, and I want to do the Arby's. We have the meat, or whatever. Or is it beef? Is it meat or is it beef? I don't know, whatever. Or they want to be, the movie trailer guy or gal or something like that. There's this pinnacle of what so many people think about what it means to be a voice actor, and you forget about all the work that is out there from the e-learning industry, the explainer video, the whiteboard. That's where there's a tremendous amount of work that's out there for that. And people ignore it because they want to go to the pinnacle or whatever. And that's fine. If that's your goal, go for your goal, go all out, grind and don't quit, get to where it is that you want to get. I don't have a problem with that. But I think we leave money on the table by not paying attention to the industries that provide the bulk of work out here for so many voice actors. If we just knew how to go after it and go get it, if we knew the actual people to talk to, if we knew the companies that were hiring, and all of this takes investigation. Nobody's putting out want ads, at e-learning companies. Nobody's out there putting want ads out there. And you've got to if you give people another option, because one of the things that happens is because people that are hiring voice actors don't really know anything else other than, how to hire a voice actor. That's what they Google, right? And they'll go to voices.com is going to come up. Voices123 is going to come up. Those are the two big ones. Voices.com owns that sector. And so many times that's where these people wind up going because they don't think there's another option. And so you've got to and you can get in front of these people better, as much as, or if not better, than voices.com or any of these other sites can, because there's a personal aspect and a personal relationship that you can actually develop using a lot of these tactics and strategies that I talk about and teach about how to get in front of people. I think one of the best webinars, I think all the webinars are great, but when I look at the webinar I did on LinkedIn about a month ago or so, and how many people have used those strategies and now are are actually doing it and are seeing results from working LinkedIn in a very specific way. And that's why I did that webinar, because it made sense. And we're sitting around and we're looking for answers and we're looking for things to do. At stepstovoiceoversuccess.com, the answers are there. The answers are literally there on how to go after it. So many times people think that the thing that needs to change in order for them to start getting work is, what a lot of folks say. Get a better demo. That'll help. Take more voiceover classes in regards to script interpretation, commercial scripts, character scripts, get more of that. So many of you, now there are some of you that actually need to do that, but so many of you are beyond that. And I know that. So many of you are beyond taking another freaking voiceover interpretation course. Now, I think it's fine to get tuned up once a year. Do that with a coach that you trust, but your problem is not that. For a lot of you, it's not understanding more about your DAW. It's not understanding more about how to do script interpretation. It's about the elements of business development that you need to put into place in order to get that business. That's what most people need that have gone beyond the beginner stage. And so with, what I'm doing with this webinar on tomorrow, I'm going to be going through some stuff I've probably never talked about before. I'm going to be going in a little bit deeper on some things that I can go deeper on, and just kind of bring out some insights that I think a lot of people aren't really thinking about. When I did that, and what I realized when I did that webinar last Saturday on Fiverr, and mindset of how to make more money on Fiverr, I realized that so many of you are scared to charge something. You're scared to quote a price. So many times we think that if we lower our price, that's going to be the thing to get us more work. Let me tell you what happens, and I'm going to go through a little bit of philosophy here with you on this. And I can use the whole Fiverr thing again with charging $5 for something or $10 for something, just ridiculously low prices. You can do all of that and swim in that pool like I talked about on the webinar with all the little piranhas in the little kiddie pool. Or you can opt to go into the deep end where the diving board is, where not many people are. or there are less people there. Because over in the kiddie side, in the shallow, in the 3 feet and under, you can't swim around because that's where everyone is. Everyone is right there. You got to move over to the diving board. That's where you got to go, in the 12 feet, and basically sink or swim. You've got to go there, because what happens is, if you're going to charge $5 or $10 for something, let's just say it's 1,000 words. I see people doing 1,000 words for $5 on Fiverr all day long, and they think that's the thing to do. I don't want to work that hard. I do not want to work that hard. If you're charging a low price for something, one, you're not going to feel real good about doing it, especially if there's a back and forth. And one of the big things that I've talked about before is that, and believe me when I say this, the people that pay you the least amount of money give you the most headache. That's across the board, whatever business it is, the people that pay you the least amount of money give you the most headache. People that understand the value of what it is that you have to offer, they trust you as an expert. They look to you as an expert, and they're going to treat you in a certain type of way because they know and they feel like they're going to get a quality product. And a lot of times there's only 2 ways that, if you're a voice actor, people are going to interpret whether or not you have quality. The first one being what it is that you're saying, in your ad or whatever, or if you're doing a video presentation, like on Fiverr, most people have videos. And so there's 3 things. All right. So your first presentation, your voiceover demos, do you have the quality level to produce what it is that they're looking for? They're going to be listening to not only your voice, but also the production quality of what it is that you've done. So those are 2 things. The third thing that's going to be a real indicator of whether or not you have value is your price. And if you price low, what that looks like is you have no real value. If you're priced at $5, what it looks like is you're really not an expert. I'm not saying that you're not. I'm just saying what it looks like. And what things look like, people say don't judge a book by a cover, but we do, and everyone does. We judge a book by the cover. And so when you're charging $5 for something that they know in their mind should be $100, well, they're going to think you don't have what it takes to do what it is that they need to do because you're playing in the kiddie pool. They don't want the folks in the kiddie pool to help save them from drowning, because those folks in the kiddie pool can't. But they know if they go over on the deep end and they start drowning, there's going to be somebody there that can help them. Just real talk here. And so the mindset, I think, and for so many of you at the beginner stage, at the mid-level stage, really, is that you're scared to charge a premium price for the premium work that you're going to do. When I have client consultations, you guys know the client consultations that I do are always on Skype video. And even when I talk to a client, it's probably 85% on Skype, and it's Skype video for a reason. I want a potential client that's going to hire me for voiceover to see all of this. It's an impression. It shows I invest in what it is that I do. It shows I'm serious about what I do and things of that nature. Now, I couldn't always do that because I wasn't at the level that I'm at now. And you do what you do where you are until you can do better. Before, I was like in my basement or something like that. Okay, it was on a phone call or whatever. But even sometimes then it was on a Skype call because I wanted them to still see the gear that I was using. And so it's in the presentation, it's in all of that. But if you're not charging what a somewhere near professional voice actor needs to charge, you're going to work too hard, never make enough. You will never make enough money. I'm still trying to figure out, and I don't think it's true, and I haven't done enough investigation, but people think that there are these people out here on Fiverr or freelance sites that are only charging $5 and making millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they're not. They're making more money than the 5. They're pricing it appropriately because if you're trying to make a 6-figure income charging $5 for 1,000 words, you will never do it. And how long are you going to keep yourself at the beginner stage? Think about this. How long are you going to, in your own mind, think that you're not good enough to do voiceover? How long in your own mind are you going to think that you're not good enough to charge an appropriate price for voiceover? And I've taught, and like I did on the Fiverr The Fiverr webinar, with that, I just lost my freaking train of thought. On the Fiverr webinar, talked about so much, and you can get it. It's on the website, steps-to-voiceoversuccess.com. If you want to go grab that, it's still there as a part of the training, and you can go ahead and still get that and have that in your library of stuff. But that's what there's my thought came back. So many people use Fiverr as a discount platform. These are my discount services. Why? Why would you charge less on Fiverr than you would charge on your own website or if somebody sent you an email? Why are you scared to do that? Because you're trying to compete with the $5 folks? Anyway, on the webinar tomorrow, the big part about this is I want to give you some information I haven't given you before, or maybe in the way that I should have given it. Daughter calling me. Or in the way that I should have given it. What was I saying? My daughter just, oh my gosh. I want to give you information in a way that I've probably never given it to you before. And also I want to give you an opportunity to see if you and I working together will help. I want you to see if what I can offer you can help. And I want to see if me working with you is going to be beneficial. Because if it's not, it doesn't mean a hill of beans. Doesn't mean a hill of beans at all. All right, so let me go back in the comments here. I can't believe I've been talking for 21 minutes already, but let's see what's going on. Let's see, James, John is in here, been thinking in that direction, accounting software, awesome. Steve-O, what's up? The Real Little Soldiers is in the house. Oh, John Flood is in the house. What's going on, guy? Glad to have you in here. Haven't been in here for a minute, or at least not commenting. I don't know if you're here if you don't comment. So I know folks are in here, but you don't always have to comment. But I'd love for you to say hello. I'd love to know who's in the house, and acknowledge you for being here. Let's see. It's very, Mage is saying it's very much like being a football player or boxer. You are never going to be successful if you can't take the lumps. Absolutely. There are a bunch of lumps in VO to take. John, so true, Earl, income over ego. Not that the big leagues aren't attainable, but be a working VO. Absolutely. John, we all want to be the one who is the easiest to work with. So we think by charging, that is really good insight, John, with that. We think that if we charge less, we're like the easy guy or gal to work with. That's just bull crap. And if you do that, if you go back and you understand what I said before about the people that pay you the least amount of money, give you the most headache, you will have to do way more for them for so much less money than someone that pays you what you're actually worth. If you're a good voice actor, you're a good voice actor. If you're not, you're not. Sammy's saying, I use Fiverr for my podcast graphics and don't use cheap labor. I paid for the fast quality results. Awesome. Awesome. Let's see. Wow, Earl is on fire today. Thanks so much, Mage. Good morning, Andrea. Glad to have you in the house. Lazarus is saying, for most people, perception is reality. It's not what you do. It's what people perceive you do. Absolutely. Don't forget the thumb drive. Yes, the thumb drive is going to be a part of basically for the folks that we agree that we need to work together. This thumb drive is going to be a major part of that, as well as the day-to-day working with me in order to attain your goals, or to at least map out literally what you need to do to get more clients, to get paid more. Come to the webinar. Let's see. Mr. Drummings, I never said it, so good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mr. Drummings. Glad to have you in the house. But yeah, who's registered for the webinar tomorrow? Just yes or no in the chat right now. Who's registered? I want to know who's registered. If you're trying to figure out how to register, the link is in the description on this live stream now. It's on the homepage at steps-to-voiceoversuccess.com. You can register for it right there on the homepage. You'll see it right below the little video that's at the top. The banner is actually, if you guys haven't been to the website in a while, you may not know. There's like this video playing, no sound or anything, but it's just a little, I thought it was kind of cool, to put on the website. John is saying, yes, he's registered. Awesome, John. I'm looking forward to seeing you on there tomorrow. Sammy's going, Steve-O's going, Lenny, Barbara, Rodney's going to be there. Sammy's Mage Pro. Oh, Mage Pro. Not yet. Mage, get off my live stream. Get off my... Oh, man. Oh, man. Mr. Drummings is registered. James, come on, guys. Andrea, she's registered. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you guys so much. I mean, this is your voiceover career. I don't think you guys pay attention to what I say to waste time. There are many that watch what it is that I talk about, but never, ever execute. It's all in the execution. What you do after you get the information is what matters. When I look at the level of information that I have available for free at steps-to-voiceoversuccess.com, it's amazing to me. We have approaching, I think it's like 1,200 or 1,300 members, free members at steps-to-voiceoversuccess.com. Less than 1% execute? I'm being completely honest here. What is the purpose of going and getting the information, but not executing on that information, and still going and trying to seek out more information, but never executing on that? Some folks have literally been watching YouTube videos, reading blogs, listening to podcasts for years, and are still in the same spot in the same predicament. And, you know, at a certain point, I don't even think that's your fault. The only reason I'm going to say it that way is because so much of the information on business development for voiceover is 20 years old. It's old. It's crap. What I look at as the voiceover rebel is what is working in 2018 and beyond. And I never stop educating myself, ever, on technology, on marketing strategy, on the mindset of people, my own mindset. But thank you so much, Mr. Drummings. I appreciate that. A $5 super chat, definitely appreciated. It does, your super chat contributions definitely help out the channel in a very specific way. You guys watching helps out the channel. Let me tell you, let me ask you this favor. When you guys go and you watch my videos and there's an ad at the beginning of the video or whatever, watch it for like 30 seconds before you hit skip. Just watch it for 30 seconds. If you want to contribute, that's a way to do it, because then I get paid. And the money that I make from YouTube isn't a lot. It's not a lot of money. But every little bit helps for what it is that I do here at Earl Hall Studio. So, but at any rate, thank you, Mr. Drummings, for that $5 super chat. Definitely super appreciated, because you didn't have to do it. And hey, thank you. All right, guys, just about out of time here. Thank you so much, Sammy, for the $9.99 super chat you just sent in. Thank you so much. I definitely appreciate that. I get kind of flabbergasted when I see the super chat thing come up, because it's like, it's a very, very humbling feeling to see that the information that I'm giving you, you find value in, and you find enough value in it to contribute. Whether it's $2, $1, thank you so much, Voices by Storm, for the $4.99 super chat. The amount doesn't really matter. It's just the thought that you thought enough of me. And I guess there's no really other way to show that. I mean, you can send me an email or whatever, but, you know, obviously digging into your pocket, that's hard for some of us to dig into our pockets for much of anything. But thank you so much. Voices by Storm, super chat train, all aboard. Let's see, James, you'll be able to watch it afterwards. Oh, James says, I'll register but won't be home. Yeah. Look, this is one of the things that's funny to me. Especially in the day and age that we live in the webinar age and the digital age, that people actually ask if there's a replay. There's always a replay. If you sign up for a webinar, whoever does the webinar, you get a replay, because you get a link after the webinar saying if you missed but yes, there's always a replay on a webinar. So thank you for answering that question. If anybody else sees someone asking, is there a replay, or, well, I won't be able to be there, sign up anyway because you'll get the replay. Sign up anyway because you're going to get the replay of the webinar. All right, guys. This whole thing in regards to this webinar and what's going to be occurring and happening on the webinar, it's going to be vitally important. Vitally important. And it's your business. If you don't care about it, no one else will. So hopefully I'll see everyone on the webinar. James is saying, I'm registered. Thank you so much, James, for registering, and congratulations. The webinar is going to be off the chain tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Oh yeah, thumbs up. If you're watching this right now, go ahead and give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I only ask for what I deserve. If this was beneficial for you, you got something out of it, please give me the thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give me the thumbs down. So thank you, Steve-O, so much for the $2 super chat. I just see that coming in. You guys are amazing and awesome today with the super chat. You guys are just going off the chain here. Mr. Drummings, thank you. Sammy, thank you. Voices by Storm, thank you. Steve-O, thank you for the super chat contributions. Love you guys. And look, you guys have an awesome and amazing Wednesday, and I will see you guys on tomorrow. Be blessed.